If Lennox Lewis speaks, the boxing world listens. A man who beat every opponent he faced, the last undisputed heavyweight champ before Usyk, and a legend who stood toe-to-toe with giants like Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. But recently, Lewis said something that stopped boxing fans in their tracks. He was asked, "Who's the greatest heavyweight of all time?" And his answer? It wasn't him. It wasn't Tyson. And even more shockingly, he said it might not even be Muhammad Ali. Let's break it down. To really understand the weight of Lennox Lewis's words, you've got to know who he is. Born in London, raised in Canada, dominant in the ring. Lennox Lewis unified the heavyweight division in 1999 after beating Evander Holyfield, the last man to do it before Alexander Usyk came along in 2024. He beat everyone they put in front of him. Frank Bruno, Mike Tyson, David Tua, and even the two men who handed him his only losses, Hasim Rahman and Oliver McCall. Lewis came back and avenged both defeats in brutal fashion, and in 2003, he walked away from the sport on top after a war with Vitaly Klitschko. No unfinished business, no what-ifs. So when this guy starts talking about greatness, you listen. On a recent appearance on Fox Sports, Lennox Lewis was asked about the greatest heavyweights of all time. Most expected the usual suspects: Ali, Tyson, Louis, maybe even himself. But Lewis said two names stood alone at the top of the mountain: Muhammad Ali and Jack Johnson. Wait, Jack Johnson? Lewis explained it this way. Jack Johnson, Muhammad Ali. Basically, they both had great strengths. I've seen a lot of old footage. My hero was more Muhammad Ali, 'cause I've seen more of him. But if I'd seen Jack Johnson as well, that probably would have changed my boxing too. I'd have probably caught something from him. Maybe the showboating. Now that's high praise, especially coming from a guy who mastered the sweet science himself. Jack Johnson was more than just a fighter. He was a movement. In 1910, he stepped into the ring for the fight of the century against James J. Jeffries. It wasn't just about boxing. It was about race, pride, and the entire weight of the Jim Crow era. Johnson was unapologetically confident in a time when that could get a black man killed. And yet, he owned that ring. He fought 94 times, won 68, and his influence shaped generations. While many fans remember Ali for his charisma and showmanship, Johnson did it first, decades earlier, when the stakes were even higher. Lennox saw that, and he felt it. Ali is, of course, the people's champion. The man who danced, who roared, who floated and stung his way into history. But Lennox isn't saying Johnson was better in the ring. He's saying Johnson might have been even more important. Ali had the spotlight, but Johnson built the stage. And that's why Lennox Lewis, undisputed, battle-tested, all-time great, sees them both as the true GOATs, because greatness isn't just about knockouts, it's about impact. So, who's the greatest heavyweight of all time? Ali? Johnson? Lewis himself? Maybe the answer depends on what you value: skills, wins, courage, influence. But one thing's for sure: when a legend like Lennox Lewis tells you who inspired him, you'd be wise to pay attention. Let us know in the comments, who's your heavyweight GOAT? Ali? Johnson? Or is there someone else we're not talking about? If you enjoyed this look into boxing history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a knockout moment.